A very good afternoon. You're watching the midday news on Sabha television, where we get you the biggest developing news stories at the top of one. I'm Ashwarya, and these are the headlines. 7 people killed and 21 others injured as 9 coaches of the new Lucknow Express derails near Raebareli in Uttar Pradesh. NDRF team engaged in rescue work. Prime Minister condoles loss of lives. Railway Minister announces compensation of 5 lakh rupees each to the kin of victims. Cyclone Titli intensifies into severe cyclonic storm, approaches Odisha Andhra Pradesh coast. Rainfall in many parts of Odisha. Schools and colleges closed in 4 districts. Festive cheer for railway employees. Cabinet approves proposal of productivity-linked bonus equivalent to 78 days' wages for non-gazetted employees. Supreme Court asks Centre to give details of decision-making process in Rafale fighter jet deal in a sealed cover by 29th of October. Fixes PILs for hearing on 31st of October. Clarifies it does not want information on pricing and technical details of the deal. And archer Harvinder Singh bags a gold for India in the men's individual recurve event at the Asian Para Games. Gold tally swells to 7 as Team India bagged 32 medals in all. The top story this afternoon, at least 7 people were killed and 21 others were injured after 9 coaches, including the engine of Lucknow-bound New Lucknow Express train, derailed in Raebareli in Uttar Pradesh today. Several passengers are feared trapped. The accident took place in the Harshanapur area of Raebareli district at 6:10 in the morning. NDRF teams from Lucknow and Varanasi rushed to the spot and they have begun rescue operations. Reason for the derailment is still unknown. And Railway Minister Piyush Goyal has announced an ex gratia of 5 lakh rupees each to the kin of those killed. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath also announced 2 lakh rupees as compensation to the families of the deceased and 50,000 rupees for those who are seriously injured. And in a tweet, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has condoled the loss of lives in the accident. He said that the UP government, railways and the National Disaster Response Force were ensuring all possible assistance at the site of the accident.
दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण घटना है और वहां पर वरिष्ठ अधिकारी मौके पर पहुंच गए हैं। चेयरमैन रेलवे बोर्ड और जनरल मैनेजर ये सभी लोग लखनऊ के लिए रवाना हुए हैं। पहली प्राथमिकता अभी जो लोग घायल हैं उनको अच्छा से अच्छा इलाज मिल सके, इसमें रेल प्रशासन उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार लगी है।
9 कोचेज आपके ड्रेल हैं, इसमें हमारे 7 पैसेंजर्स की डेथ हुई है। 21 जो इंजर्ड हैं, जो कि रायबरेली डिस्ट्रिक्ट हॉस्पिटल में है। तो हादसा बड़ा है क्योंकि एक भी डेथ जो है बड़ा ही हादसा है। सभी पैसेंजर्स को हम लोग सब कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि सबको एवोकेट कर लिया गया है और उनको स्पेशल ट्रेन से हम लोग लखनऊ से दिल्ली ले जाएंगे और कुछ ऐसे पैसेंजर जो ट्रेन से जाना चाहते हैं उनको बछरावा से भी हम लोग स्पेशल ट्रेन की व्यवस्था कर रहे हैं।
Big story from Chattisgarh. At a team of 4 doctors from the AIIMS has been dispatched by the centre to treat the patients who suffered burn injuries at an explosion in Bhilai steel plant in Chattisgarh on Tuesday. 11 people died and 14 others were injured in the gas pipeline blast at the plant of the state-owned Steel Authority of India Limited in Durg district. And Union Health Minister J.P. Nadda spoke to the state government and assured them of all possible support. Meanwhile, Union Steel Minister Chaudhry Birendra Singh reached Bhilai to take stock of the situation. He said that all possible help to the families of the victims will be extended. In a statement, the Steel Authority of India said that the fire occurred during a scheduled maintenance job. It said that all resources have been mobilized to provide adequate care to the injured. On to some other news now. The Union Cabinet has cleared a proposal to grant 78 days wages as bonus to the Indian Railway employees ahead of festivals. The bonus amount is likely to be around 18,000 rupees and it will benefit around 12.26 lakh non-gazetted railway employees. The performance-linked bonus is paid to these employees every year before the Shera festival. All right, so key decision taken ahead of the festive season. Festive cheer really for the railway employees because the Union Cabinet has cleared now a proposal to grant 78 days wages as a bonus to the Indian Railway employees. And this bonus amount is likely to be around 18,000 rupees. And the move will benefit around 12.26 lakh railway employees, non-gazetted railway employees. So a big news for the railway employees, really bringing in the festive cheer ahead of festivals. On to the other top story this hour. The Supreme Court has asked the centre to provide the details of the decision-making process in the Rafale fighter jet deal in a sealed cover. The apex court bench, comprising Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi and Justices S.K. Kaul and K.F. Joseph, however, made it clear that it does not want any information on the pricing and the technical details of the deal with France. The court has been hearing various petitions seeking the directions, including asking the centre to reveal the details of the Rafale fighter jet deal and the comparative prices during the UPA and the NDA rule in a sealed cover to the apex court. The apex court has sought the information from the centre by 29th of October and it has fixed 31st of October as the date for hearing the PILs. News from Jammu and Kashmir. Voting for the second phase of the urban local body polls in the state is underway at the moment. The polling began at 6 in the morning and it will end at 4 p.m. Officials said that about 2% of the electorate voted in the first 5 hours of polling in 49 wards in the Kashmir Valley, while Bandipora district witnessed a 17.4% voter turnout. The poll percentage in North Kashmir's Sopore and South Kashmir's Anantnag municipal areas were 2.3% and 0.7% respectively till 11 a.m. 1,095 contestants are in the fray for the second phase, and out of these 1,095 candidates, 65 have won the polls uncontested, including 61 from the Kashmir Valley. This phase will cover a total of 384 wards spread across 13 districts across the state, 7 of which are in the Kashmir Valley. And according to poll officials, no polling will take place at 70 wards in the valley as no nomination was received here. The four-phased elections began on 8th of October and they will end on 16th of October, and the counting of votes will be taken up on 20th of October. And the National Investigation Agency conducted searches at 15 locations in Jharkhand and in West Bengal in connection with an alleged Maoist-linked terror funding case on Tuesday. The agency has seized about 68 lakh rupees in Indian and foreign currencies during the raids. 15 National Investigation Agency teams assisted by the Jharkhand police conducted the raids. Searches were carried out at the residences as well as offices of the managers of different companies associated with the purchase and transport of coal in Amrapali and Magadh coal fields for their alleged role in providing funds to a left-wing extremist outfit. The NIA said that huge incriminating materials were seized during their searches. Computers, hard disks, mobile phones containing accounts of companies, diaries with the entries of money paid were also seized. And cash amounting to about 68 lakh rupees in Indian currency, as well as 10,000 Singapore dollars and $1,300 along with 86,000 rupees in demonetized notes have also been recovered. The agency has filed a case under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act early this year to probe terror funding by Maoist outfits and operatives. The UIDAI plans to set up aadhaar Seva Kendras similar to the concept of a passport Seva Kendra. The mega project involves opening of facilitation centers for the enrollment and updation services in 53 cities across the country. The proposed aadhaar Centres will be UIDAI's own and they will operate in addition to the nearly 30,000 centres currently being run by the banks and post offices and in government premises. The cost of the entire project is being estimated to be 300 to 400 crore rupees. The centres are aimed at offering convenience to the individuals who are looking to avail aadhaar enrolment and update services. And each of the 4 metro cities, Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai, will have 4 such centres, and the other cities will have 2 centres each. In all, Aadhaar Seva Kendra will come up in 53 cities and they all will be operational by April 2019. And the Income Tax Department today carried out searches at 16 locations linked to Delhi Minister Kailash Gehlot in the national capital and Gurugram in connection with an alleged tax evasion case. The searches were conducted as part of the tax evasion probe against 2 firms, namely Brisk Infrastructure and Developers Private Limited and Corporate International Financial Services Limited, that are operated and owned by the family members of Gehlot. Multiple transactions and alleged underreporting of profits has led the department to launch this tax evasion probe. Gehlot, an Aam Aadmi Party leader, is the Delhi's Minister for Transport, Law and Revenue. He is the legislator from Najafgarh Assembly constituency. We'll take a very short break here. Don't go anywhere.
Rajya Sabha TV's YouTube channel has just crossed a new exciting milestone. It now has over 1 million subscribers. That's more than 10 lakh people who like and want to watch RSTV. Over 15 crore people have watched our videos. Our online viewers are also engaging with us more actively on YouTube. More and more people like, share and comment on our videos. We thank you, our growing tribe of RSTV viewers. We will strive every day to bring you more exciting and engaging content. So stay tuned to Rajya Sabha TV.
The Nehru Trophy boat race of Kerala, popularly called Vallam Kali in local parlance. This historic boat race dates back to 1952 when Pandit Nehru visited the state and a pageantry of boats accompanied him from Kottayam to Alappuzha. The race, conducted on the second Saturday of August every year, is a major tourist attraction. It's generally the snake boats which participate in the race, and hence the shape of the winner's trophy is also a replica of a snake boat.
President Ramnath Kovind today called for introspection and deliberations on the need to further promoting accountability, transparency and good governance. Kovind was speaking after inaugurating the 2-day Accountants General Conference in New Delhi today. He said the government is making great strides in ushering digital India. The President added that the institution of the Controller and Auditor General plays an important role in ensuring the transparency of operations and in promoting good governance. The theme of this year's conference is Auditing and Accounting in a Digital Era. The accountants generals from all over the country are participating in the 2-day conference organized by the Controller and Auditor General of India.
It is a fact that accountability mechanisms at the local level are not as robust. The social audit to account whether the money was spent properly and made the intended difference is mostly conducted by the scheme beneficiaries. Here, the CAG as an institution could partner with local citizens and state audit societies to train them, build capacities and issue advisories on framing of guidelines, developing criteria, methodology and reporting for audit. I urge you to spare some time to travel in your respective jurisdictions to gain a better understanding of the landscape, its people and the flavor of the systems. You will not only see the accounts in their books but also listen to their accounts. This is crucial. After all, the word audit comes from the Latin root, which means to hear. A good auditor is a good listener.
The CAC brings out a huge number of reports every year, each of which is taken with utmost seriousness by the nation. This is a testament to the integrity of each and every officer, past and present, in making this institution an effective watchdog of public finances.
We are therefore constantly reviewing our systems and approaches to improve audit effectiveness in the new and changing paradigms of governance. In fact, this Conference of Accountants General is organized every 2 years since 1955 for this precise reason, to reflect on the changes happening in the governance structure and what changes and improvements are required in our own practices to audit that expenditure and also audit the outcomes.
And Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has stressed on the need to revisit the curriculum in engineering colleges to make it more employment-oriented. He said this while addressing the function of the Diamond Jubilee celebrations of the Nachimuthu Industrial Association in Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu. He added that the quality of engineers in a country reflects the progress of that nation. He also called upon the teachers to focus on improving standards of education.
The development of any country depends greatly upon the quality of its engineers, its builders, its architects. But we have a tremendous skill gap in engineering. We have to revisit our syllabus of engineering colleges. Make it more employable. Make it more employable. 4 years of study, getting a degree, and then being an unemployed youth is no good. We have to fill this gap. And I request the teachers to take a good hard look at the curricula and teaching methods, not only in engineering college but also in other education institutions. The focus should be on continuously honing and polishing skills and learning by constant practices. My friends, what I am trying to say is, these young people like you, to make use of this opportunity, focus on building knowledge that is both deep and wide in your subject. My dear young friends, I cannot stress enough on the need to continuously learn, continuously upgrade your skills so that they stay relevant to the times.
And top army commanders on Tuesday began a week-long conclave with a focus on enhancing the combat edge of the force to deal with future security threats. On the first day of the commanders' conference, which was also attended by the Chief of the Army Staff, General Bipin Rawat, deliberations were held on evolving security dynamics in the region and enhancing combat edge of the force. As part of the conclave, commanders and directorates at the Army headquarters will, in a collegiate, deliberate on important studies that have been ordered to meet future operational challenges. And Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will leave for Paris tonight on a 3-day visit to France. Official sources said that Sitharaman will hold wide-ranging talks with her French counterpart Florence Parly on ways to deepen strategic cooperation between the two nations. She will also deliberate on major regional and global issues of mutual interest with her French counterpart. And PTI is quoting sources as saying that besides exploring ways to boost bilateral defence cooperation, Sitharaman will also take a stock of the progress in the supply of 36 Rafale fighter jets by Dassault to the Indian Air Force. All the weather updates now. The Indian Met Department has said that cyclone Titli over the Bay of Bengal has intensified into a severe cyclonic storm today and is moving towards the Odisha-Andhra Pradesh coast, triggering rainfall in several parts of Odisha. According to IMD, the cyclonic storm is likely to make a landfall between Gopalpur and in Odisha and Kalangipatnam in Andhra Pradesh early Thursday morning. The Met Department said that thereafter it is likely to recurve northeastwards and move towards the Gangetic West Bengal across Odisha and then weaken gradually. Meanwhile, the Odisha government has alerted all the district authorities to prepare for emergency relief work. The Odisha government was also cautioned about the possible floods in view of the heavy rainfall across the state. And the state government has also announced the closure of all schools and colleges from today in 4 districts of the state as a precautionary measure. And fishermen have been advised not to venture into deep sea areas of Central Bay of Bengal. The IMD has also warned of heavy rains in West Bengal and North Andhra Pradesh as well.
Is likely to move towards Odisha and Andhra, North Andhra, and cross the mainland between Gopalpur and Kalingapatnam on 11th morning. This is the prediction of the IMD. Under its influence, wind activity is likely to start from today afternoon, and gradually it will increase.
And news from the United States, Hurricane Michael bore down on northwestward Florida on Tuesday, and it is expected to strengthen into a powerful Category 3 storm before hitting land on Wednesday. The hurricane would trigger dangerous coastal flooding and bring high winds and torrential rains. Authorities told tens of thousands of residents and tourists in at least 20 Florida counties to evacuate all the coastal areas. The storm is expected to hit land at around midday on Wednesday, making it the most powerful tropical cyclone to strike the mainland United States so far this year. And Florida governor issued warnings to the residents in the storm's path, telling them that the storm could kill you. Emergency declarations were also issued for parts of Alabama and Georgia, and the authorities have ordered tens of thousands of people to evacuate as they open storm shelters and shut down schools. And earlier, Michael, carrying a top winds of 175 kilometers per hour, caused a disruption to the U.S. oil production as it headed north over the Gulf of Mexico.
The time to prepare is right now. This storm is dangerous, and if you don't follow warnings from officials, this storm could kill you. And you cannot take it lightly. You cannot hide. There is no way to hide from storm surge. It's impossible. So get prepared and get out if an evacuation is ordered. Every family must be prepared now.
And U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, has announced that she is resigning after nearly 2 years in the post. The 46-year-old former South Carolina governor gave no reason for her exit, but she dismissed speculations that she was planning to run for president in 2020. Haley, one of the few women in the Donald Trump cabinet, also did not say as to what she would do next. President Donald Trump appeared in the Oval Office alongside Haley to say that she had done an incredible job. He further said that Haley had told him some time ago that she wanted to take some time off. Donald Trump also announced that he would be naming a replacement in 2 to 3 weeks, adding that he would consider selecting Goldman Sachs executive and former White House advisor Dinah Powell as the next U.S. ambassador to the United Nations.
I'm not leaving until the end of the year. My goal is that we make sure that everything is in good place and for the next ambassador to come in. But it's a great day in the United States, and I'm proud to have been part of the team.
Well, Dina is certainly a person I would consider, and she is under consideration. We have actually many names, and you know, Nikki has been great. Nikki's going to be working along with us and helping us with the choice. Plus, he's going to help us with 2020. And Nikki's a great friend of mine. We've become real friends over the last period of time. She's done a fantastic job, and so she'll be involved.
All the sporting action now. India's medal tally increased to 32 with 7 gold medals, 11 silver and 14 bronze at the Asian Para Games in Jakarta. Harvinder Singh clinched the gold medal in the para archery event to become the first Indian to win a gold medal in the event. Harvinder defeated China's Zhao Luxi 6-0 in the final. And in the men's discus throw F11 category, Monu Gangras claimed the silver, while Mohammad Yasir fetched bronze in the men's shot-out category. Narayan Thakur clinched the gold medal in the men's T35 100 meters dash. Thakur finished the 100 meters final in 14.02 seconds to clinch the gold. And in the men's 10 meters air pistol event, Manish Narwal bagged another gold for India. And earlier, Ekta Bhyan got the gold medal in the women's club throw event with the best throw of 16.02 meters. And UAE's Kabi won the silver with a throw of 15.75. And India is currently at the 8th spot in the medals tally. An ace Indian shooter, Manu Bhaker, created history by becoming the first Indian shooter to win a gold medal in the Youth Olympic Games. Bhaker shot 236.5 points to finish on top. And Lana Inina of Russia clinched the silver medal, while Georgia's Nino Kutsi claimed the bronze medal. And earlier, weightlifter Jeremy Lal Rinunga won India's first gold medal at the Youth Olympics. Lal Rinunga claimed the top honours in the men's 62 kilogram category. He lifted a total of 274 kilograms to finish on top. And in table tennis, Archana Kamath entered the quarterfinals of the tournament. She beat Hong Kong's Lee Ka-yi 4-2 to be just one step away from the coveted medal. An Indian junior men's team beat Japan 1-0 to register their third successive victory at the 8th Sultan of Johor Cup. Skipper Mandeep Moore scored the lone goal for the match in the 42nd minute through a penalty corner, which helped India seal the victory. And earlier in the tournament, the men in blue had defeated Malaysia 2-1 and New Zealand 7-1. And India will next face the defending champions Australia in their fourth match. That's it in this edition of Midday News. Thanks for watching.